Hello once again to my new YouTube family. It's me, myself, and I, also known as Warren. Had an interesting subject that came across today. It was actually an advertisement somebody showed me. And it was about these AI robots or AI love dolls, companions, if you will. And in the description, they was running a sale and they had been marked down. There were several of them that was marked down to $1,500. And in the description, it said, out of the packaging, that's what it was. Out of the packaging, discounted maybe $500 because it was out of the packaging. Now, this AI robot, love companion, whatever you want to call it, could have been sent to somebody, and maybe that person ordered the wrong color or the wrong hairstyle. They sent it back. So this is where I think marketing dropped the ball on this whole thing. I think marketing should have created another website based off their original website and marketed those things as out of the packaging items and started an open bid. If it was discounted $1,500, start an open bid at $1,000 maybe, because somewhere in the fetish world, there's some person, man, woman, or whatever, that read that thing and they saw where it says open packaging or out of the box. In their mind, they're thinking gently used or whatever. Now, that particular person in the fetish world would probably pay top dollar with the thought of that thing has been used. I know I'm not going to make it sick and twisted. I'm trying to keep this clean, y'all. But that's my thinking behind it. And you open the bid on a couple of them based on the fact that you're selling them out of the package or out of the box condition, then you're going to generate more money by placing, allowing people to place a bid on that particular one, because somewhere in the fetish community, they want to have bragging rights that they bought a used one. So just something that I saw today, and I thought it was kind of interesting, marketing of said doll at said company. How did you drop the ball on that when you know somewhere there's a fetish for everything? We have ladies and men that are selling their toenail clippings and making a lot of money. They're selling their underwear. They're making all kinds of money. So, and that's just the light side of it. Imagine the further you go down in that rabbit hole, it's like you're going in this door, you're going down another floor and another floor and another floor. It's going to get darker and deeper. And somewhere when you get off on that next to the bottom floor, the dolls will be there. So you have to think about those are the people that will really cater to something like that, you know. And as far as these AI companions or love dolls or whatever you want to call it, let me ask you guys something. Men, would you even, not saying the out of the box condition one, but have you considered buying one for whatever your reason is? We're just going to say for whatever your reason. Ladies, have you considered buying an AI companion for whatever your reason is? Or couples, have you considered buying one, you know, for whatever your reason is? Now, before this whole thing really had taken off the way it is, I can remember going out, hanging out with friends, and the bar talk came to stuff. We started talking about everything. And I was like, yeah, I'll get one in a heartbeat. I will buy one. And I always teased about it. And I said, now, the thing of it is, for me to order one, I have to be able to have mine custom made. And I want it to be made to resemble a certain someone. I mean, as close to humanly possible. And I even teased that certain someone that I would have it made in her image. And she thought that was a crazy but great idea. So, yes, these are some of the things that I would definitely be talking about. You know, let's just open the floor for different levels of communication subjects. Yes, I'm going to be talking about high-tech stuff, low-tech stuff. What's the best camera to use, which I don't even know. I'm using my cell phone for right now. The only drawback to recording these videos, and I have a great cell phone. I won't get into a debate with which one is better than the other, but you know, it's held up pretty good. And I absolutely like using my cell phone. But eventually, if I get to the point to where this whole YouTube channel takes off, I may look into getting a camera for that purpose, or even a second phone for that purpose. And I probably would choose a phone over camera for many, many, many reasons. But that's neither here nor there for right now. Back to the subject at hand. These companions, these AI companions, or whatever you want to call them, they're also being used medically. So, for a lot of people that have loved ones, the elderly, that they need to have somebody with them on a day-to-day basis, you can invest in one of these things and not worry about that nurse that comes over there. That's probably and it's been all over the internet. They're not being very favorable when it comes to the elderly. So you might have that companion that can just sit there and they can have somebody to talk to. Yes, they can talk to the little lady in the box. She answers them, but imagine if they had somebody sitting there that can do facial expressions and remind them of their medicines, or that they can regulate body temperature. They can take their temperature, and it's all Bluetooth enabled, and you can get a readout from your office or from whatever your job may be. I think that right there will be a helpful tool. They're also developing or have developed pillows that do the same thing. They got blankets that you can pay a lot of money that it'll help do part of that stuff. It's all kind of ways you can think of this kind of stuff. And I think that's a good idea to have a blanket that's Bluetooth enabled, because all of us, when we get sick, first thing we do, I know I do, I grab my little electric blanket. Now imagine that thing just had a little digital printout or whatever, all these other things. Yeah, I can get up and take my little temperature and do all that stuff. But just imagine if everything was all in one. Think about how far we've come with these cell phones and all these other things. When back in the day, remember, you would always be on the phone with your girlfriend, and you got to get on the phone because you tell her she's using up your minutes. You only bought so many minutes. And believe it or not, up until probably 2 years ago, I still had a buddy that was putting minutes on the phone. I'm like, dude, I know you live a little bit ways further out from me, but the news hasn't reached your town, your small town, that we've come a long way. I always tease him about that. He's always trying to think you can go from here, from Georgia to Texas on $5 worth of gas, And I would never get in another vehicle with somebody and their tank is almost close to E. And I know we're about to ride out somewhere. I don't know who I'm not trusting that. I don't trust that theory. You tell me your car. Well, no, I don't know your car. I wouldn't put nobody in that kind of position. But, just some of the things I'm going to be talking about, whether it's your friends, your family, that one coworker, you just wish, you know what I'm saying? But I've even made jokes about that at work during lunch breaks. I wish they had a slap a worker day. We just all get together and just, put on a white glove and just pimp slap somebody. It'll be nice. It'll release some stress, and I'm not inciting violence at my workplace just in case they see me. Ooh, I've been in enough trouble. I've gotten to the point now, you're calling me up to the principal's office. I'm starting to bring the key to the building from now on, just in case I don't have to walk back and get it to you. I'm just going to go out the front door or out the side door, and I know a lot of us feel this way. I'm kind of jokingly serious about that. I don't want to talk about work right now, but back to the nature at hand, the AI robots and things of that nature. Would you guys absolutely consider investing in one? You can drop a comment, or, we can talk more in depth about these types of things as time goes on, because I'm very curious as to what other people are thinking, especially those of us that are out here that are single and living alone. And remember the day you said, man, I can't wait till I'm just living by myself. You might have been in that relationship with that spouse you couldn't wait to get rid of. And then you went through that moment of, oh my God, I got all this peace and quiet. Now what do I do? How did you transition through that? I don't want to call it a dark time, but that moment of silence. And does the silence bother you? Silence does not bother me. I mean, I love peace and quiet. So it didn't bother me. And, anytime somebody comes in and out of your life, where they leave you, or not leave you, but they go away from you, or they run away, whatever, you're going to miss them. But you have to think about the bright side. Unless it's just something that happened tragically and all that stuff, I don't want to do the gloom and doom show, because I know how tragic it can be, and I'm not, prepared to handle nobody's grief. I'm not a counselor. I can just talk about my experiences. But, that would be another idea to have one of those things when you're feeling sad at that particular time, and you have this thing to sit there and actually read to you. And a lot of you gonna say, well, Warren, we've got books on tape or whatever, audibles and all this stuff. Well, do you have the person actually sit there across from you, looking up at you with the facial expressions and things of that nature? Now, they do have it online to where you can get the AI robots to read to you certain things, but I think you had to pay a subscription price to that. I don't know, don't quote me and say I lied about this. It's just some things that I've seen, or I may have thought I've seen. I could have been dreaming that I saw that. I don't know. But look into some of those things as well. Would you like to have that companion there to greet you when you come home from a hard day's work? And they're programmed to know what type of job you have. They already know that you had that 10 o'clock meeting in the boardroom, and they ask you about how did the meeting go and what did they think of your proposal, things of this nature. That would be that'd be something cool to do. And that person, this robot or this AI person is actually looking at you and facial expression and giving you that sense of warmth that you probably will be missing, because you find yourself living alone. And if you like millions of other people, you really don't want to live with nobody else. Some people just, they've had it up to here. They don't want to live with a person, a plant, a pet, or anything. And I can understand their frustration behind it, because they have dealt with so much, being that nurturer or being that caregiver to these other grown people in their lives. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off this soapbox once again. And time for me to get some dinner. And until next time, you all have a great Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, whenever you get to see this video. And I will be talking to you guys again really, really soon. Take care.